Okay. A podcast. Yes, a podcast episode. I'm finally back to doing this podcast, and I'd like to have it be something that I do a little bit more frequently. Welcome back here to the Ball Up podcast right here on Ball is Life 99, the YouTube channel that I run. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And welcome into this podcast. Basically, this one is just going to be talking about the first couple weeks into the NBA season, some of my takeaways, things I've noticed that I think I could talk about. And I'm going to start right now with the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, the Golden State Warriors right now are playing extremely well. If I had to pick an MVP, I know we're only like 10 games in, but if I had to pick a candidate who I think should win MVP, I think it should be from the 9-1 Warriors. That being Stephen Curry, who just dropped 50 against the Atlanta Hawks in a comeback victory. So, or somewhat a comeback. Pretty good stuff from Steph there. Steph Curry has been on an absolute tear, moving the Hawks to 4-7. So, the Warriors are kind of showing that they might be back. Jordan Poole's played terrific. Jordan Poole is having in my opinion, I think he or Tyler Hero or Miles Bridges should win Most Improved Player, and I think it will narrow down to those three. Ultimately, though, I might go with Poole. Jordan Poole is putting up 18.2 points per game, just about 3 rebounds, and just about 6 assists. So, good stuff from Jordan Poole in his third NBA season, his third campaign. He's looked just so good, and the scary thing is they're gonna have Klay Thompson coming back, James Wiseman, and they still have Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody who are barely playing. So that's kind of for the future right there. I personally think they should get a little bit more minutes, but at the same time, right now in Golden State, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Nemanja Bjelica at that backup power forward spot, still providing you some good playing time. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the Warriors are really showing, they might be back. Draymond doing his thing. Andrew Wiggins still pitching in. Wiggins could honestly almost be a keeper on that team. Maybe they want to roll with Andrew Wiggins. I mean, he's not playing bad. No one on that team is playing bad. Yeah, Jordan Poole, though. I mean, just about 42% from the field and 34 from 3. 86 from the line. Jordan Poole has played really well. Oh, my mistake. It's free throw is 94. Okay, 94% from the free throw line. Yeah, 54% from the field. Jordan Poole for 45 from the field, 34 from 3. Jordan Poole, sorry about that. Jordan Poole, though, a really, really great start. Another team I really want to talk about is in the Eastern Conference. They haven't made the playoffs since 2017. I think that's definitely going to change this year. That being the Chicago Bulls. So, Zach LaVine finally got some help in the form of Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, Nick Vucevic back in the at the trade deadline last year of the 2020-21 season. And he is and Vucevic, as well as the Bulls, are looking good. They're looking really, really solid. They don't even have Kobe White playing. Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan are a lethal scoring duo. You got the two-way defense with DeRozan and Ball. Javonte Green has even provided some good minutes, in my opinion. They did lose Patrick Williams for the year. That might hurt. A little bit undersized at that power forward spot when they run DeMar or Javonte Green as their forwards. But you know what? It's working. They're 7-3. Started off 4-0. They were 6-1. They just had a great win, a thriller against the Nets, a fourth quarter 3-point party. Ayo Dosunmu, shout out to him. He is playing very solid for the Chicago Bulls, looking almost as if he's becoming NBA ready. In the absence of Kobe White, Alex Caruso, he's there to do his thing. Just besides all the memes and stuff like that, he is actually a good player in my opinion. I think Alex Caruso could help a lot of NBA teams, and he's doing that as their sixth, seventh man off the bench. The Chicago Bulls are they're playing so good. I really like what I've seen from them. You've still got guys like Alizai Johnson getting some playing time. He came over from Brooklyn in the off season, so stuff like that. But yeah, the starting five has remained the same with Levine, DeRozan, Vucevic, Ball, and Javonte Green. I think if an injury happens, like one injury, this team could be in trouble. But obviously, I hope no injuries happen to any team. I hate injuries. Good stuff though from the Chicago Bulls. But of course, there are some down things, like some players having some shooting struggles, like Michael Porter Jr., who's not looking like Michael Porter Jr. Maybe what a lot of us thought, including me, that he's going to have an MVP, most improved player type season, close to maybe like 22 a game, 23 a game, but scoring is the main thing for him, but he hasn't shown it. Michael Porter Jr. has been struggling this season, and it's definitely showing. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe he's getting used to being a number 2 option, yet he still was last year after Jamal Murray went down. But so far this year, Michael Porter Jr. has only averaged 9.9 points per game. I don't know. I'm a little concerned with that. He is just shooting about 56 from the free throw line, and he is shooting 36 from the field and 21% from 3. It's not just MPJ. Tatum was having some struggles. He just had a good game, though, like a usual Jason Tatum game against Dallas. Shout out to Luka, that crazy game winner against my Celtics. But Damian Lillard, not looking like these aren't bad numbers, but it's just not looking like Damian Lillard. 18.5 a night. And these stats are at the time I'm recording this. The assists are nice. 8.5. I do like the assists. I really do. Dame averaging 85 from the free throw line. And he is shooting 25 from 3. 25% from 3. 35% from the field. Yet again, we are only 10 games in. Or just about 10 games in, 11 games in. So, I mean, I think that he's gonna pick it up. I think he'll be good. Maybe I don't think he's regressing as his age is only going up. But it should be an interesting thing. I'm super interested to see what happens with Dame and Michael Porter Jr. Very interested. The defending champion Milwaukee Bucks are having their struggles. They're 4-6, but they don't have Chris Middleton playing right now. Brook Lopez is injured. Jrue Holiday just came back. So, I expect them to, be back and running, be fine. As far as the rookies this year, 2 guys have really stood out to me. 3 guys. One being Chris Duarte of the Pacers, in the absence of LeVert before he came back, was starting and still starting because there's no TJ Warren and playing well. Evan Mobley, who is looking like he's going to be a great player in this league. Evan Mobley, I think he can really use that size to his advantage. But the main rookie, who I think should be the rookie of the year right now, is Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes of the Toronto Raptors, who honestly, I wasn't a fan of the pick. I thought it should have been Jalen Suggs at the time. Didn't think this guy was going to score the ball that much. Didn't think he was going to be super efficient, but I was extremely, extremely wrong. I liked him. I did like Scottie Barnes as a player. I really liked his game, but I didn't know how much he was going to have on the team, his impact, or what exactly it would be, but I was so wrong. I was so wrong about that. He's playing so good. Scottie Barnes is looking to me like the rookie of the year and the best rookie so far. Scottie Barnes is putting up, per game, Scottie Barnes this season is putting up a total of, he is shooting 20 from 3. But at the same time, he's a rookie, but he's putting up 8 boards a game, just about 9 boards a game and 17 points. So some good stuff from him. Scottie Barnes, he is showing that, he might be the future of this Toronto Raptors team, along with OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam. Malachi Flynn hasn't played too much, so I'll count him out of that list. Although he did play a decent amount at the end of the year last year. Injuries haunted them end of last year. Fred VanVleet, though, he's still there. He's still going strong. Gary Trent Jr. I love Gary Trent Jr.'s game. I feel like he can get hot at any given moment. He can heat up. So Gary Trent Jr. of the Toronto Raptors, playing pretty good as well as that club. Toronto is right now, their record right now happens to be 6-5 with a winning record, but the Cavaliers are ahead of them 7-4. Ricky Rubio had a great game, dropping 37 points. 35, 37, I believe it was 37, and 8 of 9 on threes. So Ricky Rubio, shout out to him, who was basically just traded for Taurean Prince. Which brings me to the Timberwolves, who are 3-6. Karl Anthony Towns had a crazy shot to force the game against Memphis this past Monday to overtime. But they're 3-6, and the Grizzlies would end up taking it in overtime. So here's what I think. I think Minnesota needs to do one of two things, and one being trade Karl Anthony Towns. Trade him. Or I feel like this offseason maybe, because it's kind of tough to do this during the regular season, try and make some moves that the Bulls made. Obviously, the Bulls had a bit more cap space than them, but try and, solidify that starting small forward spot. Maybe you trade D'Angelo Russell. I think you definitely stick with Anthony Edwards. Try to do what the Bulls did. Get Towns some help. Get Edwards some help. And then, maybe they're like a 6-7. I think the Bulls, when I say similar to the Bulls, I think the Bulls would be like a 4 or 5 seed. But similar to them, I think the Timberwolves could, in a stacked Western Conference, and the East is deep too, they could be like a 6, 7, 8 seed. I think that's better than where they are right now because I think something's wrong in Minnesota, and I think they got to fix it. Get a bit of a deeper team even. So I think they definitely need to do that. The Phoenix Suns started off kind of sloppy, but they are 6-3 now, playing very, very good basketball. Devin Booker doing his thing as usual. Devin Booker is playing great basketball. Chris Paul still playing great, 13 a game, but 11 assists. 48 from the field and 41 from 3. Efficiency, kind of always been Chris Paul's thing. So Chris Paul, shout out to Chris Paul. His efficiency has been really, really good. And he's doing this at the age of 36 years old. So, and Miles Bridges, Mikal Bridges. Well, I was going to say Mikal because Mikal's playing good, but Miles Bridges is playing great too. And the Hornets are looking pretty solid right now. They are only 5-7. They started off 3-0. But LaMelo Ball is looking like he's the next big thing in Charlotte. He's going to be their franchise guy for a long, long time. So I would not be surprised if some guys like LaMelo Ball get an All-Star game nod, or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets an All-Star game nod for the first time. De'Aaron Fox, but. One more thing I want to talk about here is the LA Lakers and their struggles. So they did just beat the Hornets, but LeBron is out. Westbrook's not looking like a good fit. This team was my pick to go to the finals, and boy, was I wrong. The Lakers are kind of looking like a mess right now. It's just something in LA. I've seen some reports they might look to trade Westbrook if it's not working out mid-season, but I don't know what they would get for him. I don't really know what they would get back for Russell Westbrook. So, it's very, very interesting that, of course, they probably wanted to go after Damian Lillard in the trade market, but that never happened. Russell Westbrook, though, struggling a little bit the Lakers right now, I mean, before the game against the Hornets, they were, 5-5, but they are 6-5 now. But they've had some tough losses, like blowing leads to the Thunder twice on their home floor and on the road before that. The Trailblazers beat them, so it's been looking a little scary for LA. But at the same time, they could get it together and they could go on like a 5-10 game win streak, maybe, for all I know. But Anthony Davis has looked really good, so yeah. With that being said, that is going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. There's probably some stuff I missed, but there's so much I could talk about. But let me know what you guys think for this, about this episode of the podcast. And, I'm excited to get this podcast going again. I really do want to get it going again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for listening to the podcast.